Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Powerlunch. This is Wednesday, 12 noon, our time together. This is Bible for business-minded people. Well, I'm Pastor Henzy Green, and I'm so excited to have these few moments to spend with you. You know, the premise of this time is that the Bible is the greatest business manual ever written. Just we have to do a little work to dig out some of the business principles. So once again, this is Power Lunch, Bible for business-minded people, and I'm Pastor Henzy Green. Well, we've been in an incredible series. If you've missed it or this is your first time with us, go jump on my Instagram, which is Pastor Henzy, and you will see all of them listed there under Power Lunch. You can also check out my YouTube channel, which is Pastor Henzy Green, and a number of them will be listed there with some other short snippets and bites that will give you some fabulous principles. Well, we've been in a series that I've been enjoying called Business Lessons from the Virtuous Woman, from Proverbs 31, starts at verse 10. And what's been happening is if you read all of the rest of that chapter, she's so many incredible things. One would say, okay, how does one person do all of that? But what I want you to do is to approach this text as a blueprint for going from nothing to building an entire empire. This literally walks you through how she starts with nothing. At the very beginning, she's looking for wool and flax, which means she doesn't even have the raw materials to work with. So she's literally starting with nothing. And she's able to build an entire empire. And so it's an incredible business lesson. But today, we are actually on verse 23. So that's Proverbs 31:23. And it reads from the King James, her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. Once again, her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. So if I was going to give this our short time together a title, I would call it Changing Circles. Changing Circles. So one, you have to understand in the time that this proverb was written, a woman was very much tied to her husband. Now, some of the scholars kind of indicate that they're saying her husband had to operate on his own merit, but because all of this is about what the virtuous woman has done, I can't help but to believe this verse is also referencing her. And so let's take out some of the limitations that women had in this period of time where they were not able to sit with elders, and understand that as you build your empire, you will get to a point where you have to change circles. Now, when I say change circles, I don't mean that you are not still connected to some of the people that may have been essential at the beginning of your process. But you have to be able to change circles at certain moments. You know, people say all the time that you will be the sum of the 10 people you spend the most time with. And so as you elevate, you have to get with other people that are on an equivalent peer level for you. So this is not at the very beginning of business. You've got to keep in mind that she's developed a pretty substantial business at this point. And it's gone through, she takes care of her family, she's upgraded and diversified to a certain degree in her business dealings. She has taken care of the needy. And so when these things happen, it should cause three things to happen with your reputation. One, you ought to be noticed. So your work, your charity work, your business, and your family work should cause you to be noticed. Now, this is not some artificial notice. this is that people see the good works you are doing. Number two, you should be known, which it deals with you should have a reputation for being a solid business person. And number three, you should be respected. And so when you protect your name, then you should be noticed, known, and respected. I remember once I was mentoring a young man, and he was flowing in business, and so I had helped put somebody else in his business, and they ended up having a dispute. And he was disputing an amount that they couldn't come to agreements on. And I remember it was only like maybe $150 difference. I knew the other person, and I knew the other person wasn't the type to get over that it was really a disagreement. And so, he went to settle with her, and I said to him, but if it's only $150, and if you have the money, why wouldn't you just pay her to preserve your name so that she could never say you cheated her out of money? And sometimes you have to be very conscious of what's attached to your name. And so when you're noticed, known, and respected, that will allow you to change your circle. Now, when it talks about the elders of the city, listen to me, because when you operate on a grassroots, there are certain things you don't get to take advantage of. There is a system, there is a circle that will bring advantage into your business life where you may find out information before other people find out about information, and it will allow you to take advantage or maximize your opportunity. And so you've got to be very conscious to stay in the circles that you need to. If you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to change circles. You need to get in circles with peers and even people that are advanced from you so you can continue to grow your empire. Well, simply what I'm saying to you is stay conscious of the people that you're around. This man was sitting with elders, and that is an advantage that will bring blessing to your business. Well, this is Pastor Henzy Green. This has been Power Lunch. I'm so excited to spend this time with you. Join us again on Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and I hope these lessons are being a blessing to you. Now it's time for you to prosper beyond your wildest imagination. Whatever this day is, make the most of it. Make this day count.